Alright folks, today we're having a little holiday themed fun. Gonna do some shoulder press. Let me get the right bench in. I don't know what my power rack is rated for. This is obviously not one of the more expensive ones. So I think I will take some of this weight off. We're gonna do it to the front. I've got another power cage coming. Oops, forgot we had microweights on there. Another power cage coming that is going to eventually be dedicated to military press. And I may do incline on that one too, but this one will forever be the flat bench permanent setup. I've thought time and time again about splurging for an expensive commercial flat bench, right? But I don't think we're gonna do that just yet. Maybe one day. If the channel becomes successful, and how successful would it have to be? Well, I can tell you 10,000 subscribers not going to really get it done, but 10,000 subscribers would probably get me to the point where I would buy more commercial piece of equipment and dump some of the other crap that I have here. All right, we need a bar. First, we need to figure out if this is the right height. So I'm going to try and use these spotter bars. Freaking Amazon, man! I tell you, I had ordered. Yeah, these spotter bars ain't gonna work with this shit. So I'm gonna not be able to use spotter bars. I had ordered some 20. I want to say almost 24-inch spotter bars from Amazon. They made it to the town I'm in, and for whatever stupid reason never got delivered. So of course, in 5 days, I'm like, screw it. Cancel. So it was good though. Me getting another power rack, I didn't need that. It's kind of a wasted investment. I think a similar one to this Go Plus, during Black Friday was available for like, say, $169. The one I bought, which is a little nicer but has a lot of similarities, was $250. Now, what's the difference? If you see on, let's see if I can tilt this down. Luckily, this tablet's magnetic. You see the bottom of the utility bench. I can't fit it all the way into the cage. Maybe I could take the wheels off and it might have fit, but for me to do for me to do military press the way I really like to, I need to be able to put the chair all the way in the back. And then we will actually press off of the safety bars. Safest way you can do it, folks, it alleviates any chance of hitting your head if you see my video when I put this back, one time I missed it and I almost hit myself in the head with, I think, 185, 200, whatever it was. It was a lot of weight. It would have possibly screwed me up. All right, so obviously got the holiday theme going. I'm wearing my favorite muscle shirt. This is an Under Armour shirt. It's got a big tear in it, big hole. Iron. Yeah, fucking iron destroyed one of my favorite workout shirts. So eventually we'll get gloves on, or we'll use the lifting straps to keep my little baby hands nice. All All right, so really, one of the themes of this video, folks, if we finally get to it, is, what is more impressive? When we're specifically talking 135 pounds, okay, would it be more impressive for me to do it seated? And, such as this utility bench, maybe a incline bench where I could go back 1 or 2 more clicks, standing, or, with standing and using leg drive, right? So, me personally, I think it's standing with relatively strict form, trying to get 20 reps. I've done this bench over 20, the incline bench 24-ish, maybe even more. I've done standing only 19 recently. I know in the past I've done over 20, but I can only do 19 right now. So that those are really, the main ways I think you could do it. Some of these add back support, which is good, right? So I'm gonna do one more warm-up set with the bar. You get, back support with this bench, and I can possibly cheat a little bit on this bench by leaning backwards ever so slightly. That's amazing, these elbow things. Until I get pumped up, they are actually kind of loose. And then in a little bit, they're going to get annoying. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to warm up. We're going to try and rep out 185-ish. Then we're going to do standing. We'll do standing 135. 135, 136, somewhere in there. Maybe 137. Just to push it a little bit. Now, if I get 137 for 19, I feel good about that. I mean, I know it wasn't 135 for 20, but that'll be the goal today, I think. Now, of course, the more that the bench is angled, the easier it might be to almost touch your chest. Is that good, bad? If you're able to use that as a rest, maybe that's good. You get a really good stretch. Probably working some chest though, for those that can really get that weight down there. Probably not so great for your shoulders. We will use, are we going to use clips in this video? I don't know if we'll use the clips. And I've got all these 10s, folks. It'll make it easier. I would put 45s on here eventually. Doing this, I'm not going to hit the ceiling, but standing, I'm tall enough that with a 45 on there, I could hit the ceiling. I may even hit the ceiling with a 25 on there. Obviously advantageous in some aspects to just have a 45 on there. And I think while we're seated, we might just do that. Yeah, screw it. I want to lift as much as I can lift. I'm limited in how much I can lift if I have, in my opinion, a bunch of 10s out here in case the weight shifts. And of course, probably should use collars. So we got a 45-pound bar, the plates. If I use the heavier collars, they're 8 ounces a piece. So we could theoretically say 1 more pound. Not that many people do that, but in their videos. But the reality is, folks, if you have a 45-pound bar and weights are 45, let's say, if you have two 45-pound plates, so 135 plus the collar, then you're actually lifting 136. And, you know, using these sleeves, this keeps my elbow warm, protects it a little bit, we'll say. Keeps it nice and compressed. They will, maybe not this one exactly, but certain brands will improve your performance. Yeah, one more set in this. And I'm gonna grab the heavier one, so we're pretty much exactly 8-ounce clips. Eventually I'll get my weight belt on. It's freaking early, by the way, folks. It's like 4:45 in the morning. Put another 10 on there. You will notice a 10-pound difference for sure. Guys. So yeah, we're a few weeks away from Christmas. Hopefully everybody that's celebrating is looking forward to it. I'll have some company visiting us, and we should be able to, maybe I can finally do some of these max out videos that I've been wanting to do. I honestly don't know if, of course, some of my relatives might be jacked up to the point where they would not be able to help me out. All right, so we're gonna put this camera, which hopefully is still working. Okay, so unknown whether that's actually filming anything worth a shit. If it is, it is. I think this camera will run out of space, or this cell, I call them cameras, but this cell phone's gonna run out of space. It's amazing, folks. If you're doing a channel and you notice this time of year, how much more your views go up. It is considerable. And I think we're in trouble as far as space goes on this one. I hate deleting footage because I'm like, did I upload that? You know, you can upload to YouTube and then come back and download it, edit it. It's a lower file size, but the quality is probably crap in comparison. Storage. Freed up space. Delete large files. How about just clean out the freaking trash can? Okay, here we go. So, you know, these videos, they go on and on and on, and they're so long. But for me, it gives me a lot of extra videos to make, and since I have so many channels, I can put a variation on a different channel, which is good and bad potentially. If I would edit these together, if I would edit them together we could get all kinds of different variations. You know, show it one angle or show two angles. I do that sometimes. All right. Oh, had a pretty good weekend working out wise. We are still trying to get to that magic 400 pounds with the slingshot. I wish I had something like that between 34 and 43. I think the reality is I probably would have freaking hurt myself because I probably would have been putting like 450 on there. God, who knows what kind of freaking weight we would have done. Now I have a Chinese 45 pounder that's not as tall or not as big a diameter, but I think I'd still hit the freaking ceiling. I could put a 25 on, which would come up shy. A 35, you know, if I were to, you know, do one of these deals, we probably would not hit the ceiling even with the 45, but I'd rather not put dings in the ceiling. Not that the ceiling looks very good in here anyways, but it's kind of funny looking at the ceiling. Like the wife and I, well, the other side of this wall is finished, right? So really big basement. It is, if I could do it over again, and I wasn't paying for somebody to live here, which somebody used to live here down in the basement. They don't anymore, thank God, but that kind of determined how we built the basement up. It would have been nice to push this out, I don't know, 5-10 feet. At least a couple more feet. Now, had I had that, it just would make it more spacious in here, I think, but it wouldn't really help me add more machines. 10 feet further that way, we could have had a row in the middle, a row on this wall, a row in the middle, and then another row on the back. That would have got probably 9 things in. This, on the other side of this wall, right here, is a washer and dryer room. So that also cuts into the real estate. Now, one thing I'm probably going to do in between sets, folks, I've got to get this area set up for the new power rack. And so I really need to take this dumbbell rack and move it over to the other side. And then eventually slide the power rack down. And if I do that, that'll allow me to get power rack side by side in here. Or I could potentially put the decline bench over here. I'm not looking forward to lifting all those dumbbells off. If we do standing military shoulder press at the end of this video, that actually that might be kind of smart. I could pick them up, take them down, drop them off, make that work but I think that's my best bet. Rearrange. Always rearranging, folks. Funny thing is, you make these videos, and a lot of this stuff is the same content. But if we change the background up, if we just make things a little nicer, and you're watching it, it's like, wow, I didn't realize this was the same exact workout. I'm kind of kidding about that, but maybe I'm not. All right. So I'm not sure I'm going to keep these lights. I wanted a little bit of ambiance, and you know, maybe they added it, maybe they didn't. So that feels way easier from the seated position for sure. I'm curious if this, does that drown out the lights? Not totally, huh? Probably need more powerful lights behind if we're going to use any kind of, you know, additional lighting. Like this will make me not look so dark, right? We could try the other one. How's that look? Shut this one off. Does that light my face up? Okay. So that might be better. I mean, I don't know. You know, I haven't gone back to look at the stats. Like, I might get 20 people. I might get 500 people that watch this video. I might get, you know, 1,400. I haven't gone back to look at what the watch hour time is. So I like to give you guys updates. Now, while this channel has overall 3,600 watch hours, unfortunately, some of that is YouTube Shorts, and YouTube Shorts don't seem to count towards your 4,000. So we're only at like 2,850. We need to make more of these kind of long length videos, hoping one will catch and people will actually watch it. But that said, there's other things that one can do for watch hours. All right. So eventually we'll get this whole area cleaned up. Everything will look super nice. Get the walls painted. Well, before that happens, gotta finish the drywall. So the back wall, oh yeah, that's what I was getting into. The back wall was done professionally. The ceiling, not professionally. There is one wall that we did that actually looks professional, but so we took our time. I just wanted to get something up so I didn't have to look at the wires and all the other crap in the ceiling. You know, pretty much half-ass that. Maybe that's the way most of the stuff in my life goes, that I half-ass it. But we can finish that, paint it. You know, it'll look like a totally different facility down here. Here's my gut. So thank you for everybody that mentions my stomach, that I should stop working on my arms, work on my stomach. We do that. It's not an easy thing, folks, when you get over 50 and you want to maintain a very high level of strength. All right, here we go. This is 155. I feel pretty heavy, to be honest with you. God, I'm missing my other stand. It's out my trunk. I went away. I was hoping I could take a camera into a real gym, and that after I had 24-hour access, that it would be not busy. That was number one. Number two, I thought I'd be able to record just, hey, this is this facility. Lo and behold, it says no pictures, no videography. I'm just like, oh, this sucks. All right. Now, ramble on about a lot of topics in these videos. You know, one thing, I'm gonna sit down for this. One thing about me, you know, as I've gotten older, I've noticed the bench press has gone way down, right? I mean, it is, and I'm not even at the same weight I would be doing flat bench as I was raw in my 34 to 43 year range. Somewhere between 43 and 49, I've sustained multiple injuries that have affected how much I can bench press and stopped me from really, you know, push. I've been using the Mark Bell slingshot. It has enabled me to lift heavy weights again, but still not to the level of what I could do in that 34 to 43 range. Now, I know I was taking creatine, protein powders, all kinds of shit. All of it, you know, completely legal. But, excuse me, recovered a lot faster, blah, 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 right? And so I'm amazed that while the bench press has kind of sucked, doing this exercise, I'm going to say as strong as I was in those earlier days. Honestly, I can't remember, you know, doing much more than I can do. Like, so maybe at one time I did standing 225 for 2 or 3 reps. I couldn't do that now. All right. But I think, like, you know, 185, I've done, you know, 10, 11, 12 reps. I don't remember doing any more than that when I was much younger. You know, I think the best I've done for 8 reps is probably like 205 for 8. And I've done on this channel, I think I've got 7 or 8 at 200. So that's pretty damn close. So not as big a drop off as I've gotten older. Now, one thing though, you know, bulking up your shoulders, and I think this happened before, if they're always, you know, relatively tight, that does seem to affect the bench press. But, you know, obviously, when you are doing bench press and you want to get better off your chest, you know, you've really got to work your back, right? I have a ridiculously strong back. Triceps, you know, help you lock out. Obviously at the top, I've got an injured elbow here, and I'm, you know, of course, going to Planet Fitness. Anywhere I go, I'm always doing more on the V-bar press down with the rope than anybody in the gym. Yet there are people that can, you know, embarrass me on flat bench at a good gym, not at Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, I might occasionally see somebody that looks big. I think they're just coming in there to, do whatever. You don't really see them lifting heavy. So the assumption is there's occasionally somebody at Planet Fitness that would be stronger than me. But otherwise, the one I go to, or the ones I go to, I'm always upper body wise. And we talk, strength. Always upper body that I'm stronger than, just about everybody in Planet Fitness. But, obviously people walk in there that are really strong, right? It's just mine doesn't have anybody really strong. So, all right, so we got 175. This is still kind of a warm-up set. The next set is where we're gonna push, folks. So I don't want to overdo it here. I'll give you guys something to look at for 185. We're wearing ourselves out now. And then I think we'll go from 185. We're probably gonna go to the standing 135, 136, whatever I decide to do. I need to get a camera angle from directly underneath some point. That would be pretty cool. The bar on that side's kind of neat because it's reflecting green and red. All right, I think we'll put the 25 on there. So I'm going to call this 186 in the video. Now, of course, when I'm talking about the weight I'm lifting, some people might think, oh, that's arrogant, blah, blah, blah. The reality is I know that there are much stronger people out there. And my only thing is for a natural guy, 51 years old, I am, in my personal opinion, elite. A lot of 50-year-olds sitting on the couch, not doing a fucking thing, and I'm still pumping away. So. Now this weight, standing, I can only do, I think back-to-back weeks, 5.5, and then, I say 5.5, I almost got lockout, and then we did 6 the week after that, where I'm sitting there counting, thinking I got 7, 8, I'm like, okay, sweet. Now there is one point I do know when I was younger I could do 185 standing for 8, which was always a goal of mine, and then I got it, and that was one of those things like, at the gym that did look impressive. Obviously, depending on where you're working out, when people first get to doing 225 for, like 8 reps or whatever, that looks impressive. Then you go to a real gym, Gold's Gym, whatever. Then it's more like 315 for 8's impressive. Go to a really good Gold's Gym, whatever the number is after that. Maybe it's 365, 405. Numbers I never hit. 2 days ago, 2 days ago with the with this guy here, Mark Bell Slingshot Mad Dog. If you're gonna hang up, we hit what did we hit? I think we got 365. We got for 2 reps. I hit the pin, the pin rack, whatever you want to call it. That sucked. I was hoping to get 3, but couldn't do it. Then I said, well, it actually was surprisingly light. Well, maybe it wasn't that light, but it felt like I might have been able to get 3. If I had a spotter, maybe 3. Because you kind of get out of position as you pop the weight off the rack. So if you get yourself set up properly, which I can't do because I'm taking the weight off the rack, which also sucks because you're not practicing proper form, blah, 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 whatever. I eventually put on 382. Now we did 381 on the decline with the spotter. 382 went up pretty good. It seemed like, the whole way there was no like, it just popped, right? That tells me we had 385 in us, probably somewhere between 385 390. We would have started to really have difficulty if we had a lift off and we could get proper form going, arch in the back, and just set. Maybe we're 392, 395. I don't think we're 400 yet. Now, if I get the bench daddy that Grave Strong, and who knows how many other people have, but Grave Strong is comparative strength to me. Might have stronger triceps than I do, but he is able to do over 400 with that thing. I think he can also do 400 with the Slingshot Mad Dog. Interesting enough, we've kind of competed 2 or 3 weeks in a row now. We had a 315 rep contest. The first time he got 10, I got 9, and then I came back the next week, did 10. So pretty much, right there. Then we did a 225, 245, 275, not in that exact order. We did 17 reps a piece, 275. Then I beat him on the 245, 225. So maybe a little more endurance in there for me, who knows. The heavier the weight is, I think, he seems to have an advantage. And that is probably more to do with the lockout aspect of it. Now, but yeah, maybe we'll get back to 400-ish. It'll be a good feeling. No doubt it will be a good feeling, folks. If we can get that up again, or if we can just stay healthy and keep getting stronger. I know we're doing shoulder press here, but bench press wise, raw, I've seen myself go from, well, I wasn't counting before, but let's say 275 for 6, 280, 285, 290, 295 for 6. Each time I hit 6, I go to the next weight. I tried 290, 298 or 297, only got 5. That may actually be about the same. And once again, had I had a spotter, had I had a lift off, maybe I would have got 6. I don't know. All right, we got the weight belt nice and tight this time. One thing I need to remember to do is, nice tight grip Trying to keep my wrist, keep this all in a line without bending the wrist back too far, which I have had a tendency to do a lot lately. Not very good for the wrist. All right, try for 8. I might just count these. So I had to actually watch that go up. Did I really get 12? Holy shit. I'm sure I miscounted. Double counted, double tapped. That's fucking impressive though, folks. Holy shit. Now, if Gravestrong had this bench, I would challenge him to a 185 military press seated. But if I can't see what angle his bench is, it might not make it through, right? I could pop that. If you use the other bench, go back 1 or 2 more clicks from this position and probably hit 14 of those on a day that I feel today. Whew. That felt fucking good, folks. Holy shit. Now, did we potentially overdo it for the next set? I'm gonna say we probably did. But, All right. So I'm gonna call, that was 186 because 8 ounce, the collars are each 8 ounces. 1 pound microweight. We're gonna call this standing, what are we gonna call it? Standing 138. Oh shit. I gotta take all these weights off. Because we're gonna hit the ceiling if I don't. That's what happens when you get tired mentally. All right. I would love to put the wow, I don't even see my good phone. And of course I'm not even recording with the good phone. Alright, let me go get the other one. I need some whatchamacallits. Okay, folks. Sorry for the delay. Let me see here. All right, sorry. So we have to figure out where to put our next setup at. Can we see that from there? Yeah, I think we can. All right. Oh, so the bench has got to go, folks. God, you know, it's entertaining how many people say crap, positive, negative. I'm a big boy, obviously, you know, all 272 pounds of me. But, you know, does some stuff get under your skin, even when you act like it doesn't? I guess the reality is shit gets under your skin regardless, you know. I try to avoid commenting against people that say negative shit just because I don't need to express. The reality is I could get a pretty hot head on me. That wouldn't be good for the channel. I lost my eBay account once due to getting a little testy with somebody. You know, I used to have this guitar business, I'll call it, on eBay. Buy and sell, part out, whatever. And I was making pretty good money at it for, you know, a side job. It bought all these expensive guitars that I have and that I had, because I've slowly started to sell them off as I have realized I'm just not going to be much of a guitar player. So we end up, you know, with only a few left. But one day somebody told me, you know, that I sent them the wrong product, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I didn't. That's off, you know, such and such guitar. That was a, you know, pretty much brand new guitar. And I had multiple ones from the same collection, so I would have known if there was something different about it. But I ended up just losing my temper, probably said a few bad words, whatever. And, you know, I don't know if the guy ever sent the part back, but eBay sided with him. I felt like the guy was triggering me, you know, on purpose. And so I got suspended, and then I somewhere in there lost my temper with eBay, and then got expelled for selling. They would let me buy. It's like, F you, I can't buy. If I can buy, I want to be able to sell. So this was my younger days. Like, God, it's almost been 20 years. And so, you know, it is what it is. But it was pretty awesome, folks, while I had that going. I mean, I got some pretty big numbers on sales every month for a part-time job. I thought about, hey, how can I expand this? And if I was smart, I would have, you know, probably looked into Alibaba, not Alibaba, Ali, whatever that one's website is. Got cheap shit off of it and resold on eBay. Who knows? But yeah, I lost that, which that was my other big hobby, guitar playing and just guitars in general. It would have been awesome to still be have done that for the last 10 years, and imagine how much bigger my collection would be, or how much extra money I might have. But, you know, it is what it is. All right, folks. So, I don't know if we're going to count these out. We won't know what our rep count is, I guess, unless I count them out. But I'm going to go probably so fast that my little mind can't keep up. And we'll just have to watch it after the fact. So this is one, I'm going to call it 138. Not really too far off from 135, obviously. Oh, shit. We forgot. I brought this other phone out here. This is my good phone. Just to do this. And I'll put it right next to the other guy. And yeah, I think you can catch that. All right, here we go. This is 138, folks. Trying to get close to 20 reps. For standing, this would be a PR, I believe. Over 50 PR. For sitting, it would not be. I might have been able to get one or two more. I am curious, though. Did I get it? So we're gonna pause this camera. I'll play it back. Now, whether that's perfect form or not, that's up to anybody's argument. I try not to use any leg drive. I use leg drive, we're getting 3 or 4 more at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, 19 again. Are you kidding me? Fuck. If I'd known I had 19, I would have went again, or I would have went for one more. My back starts to hurt after a little while. I'm gonna watch it one more time. Maybe I missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. God, we look so strong on 19. There's no way I could do this again. Christ. That freaking sucks, folks. Oh well. You know, for less pounds, probably would have got my, probably would have hit 20. All right, I gotta. Okay, so now I'm gonna set up. We've got to take all the dumbbells off, and we're gonna do, I guess, standing military up to a certain point. And I get this out of the way. So, gotta slowly clear the weights off this thing. Probably need to put the weight belt back on. Now, interesting enough, you know, the lighter weights, we can just hammer curl this up into position, right? And when we talk about, you know, shoulder press, what's the most difficult thing to do? Standing military dumbbell press. Standing military dumbbell press, or standing shoulder press, whatever you want to refer to that as. That is the most difficult. So we demonstrated so far in the video, seated. You saw how I banged out 12, assuming I counted right, 12 reps of 185. Might have been 10, but in my head I had 12. Standing, you saw me do 138 for 19. Pretty easy 19. You know, some of you might say, oh, you didn't lock out at the top. Whatever. I can't actually, I have difficulty locking out the right elbow due to 2 injuries on it. But some people, I think you'll see one of my other videos, somebody just made a comment, you know, not locking out keeps the muscles under load a little better. I'd rather just count my reps and lock out, but I could see that. I'll sometimes do that on the bench, beep, 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 with the slingshot, knowing that on the low end, it's actually a bit easier because of the assistance it gives you. All right, we're gonna put the weight belt on. So I gotta pick all these up. And I don't wanna hurt my back, so I gotta take all the weights off the rack. Power rack then is gonna slide down. So we'll have to take the weights off the power rack. I think that previous set we did 30. So these are 35s. Now, you might see later in the video where I do I heave the weight up. Because it's just easier. You know, how different is that from somebody that's taking the bar and, you know, the way I do that. If that exercise is bad for you, probably the way I'm doing the dumbbells is too. Maybe the dumbbells are a little worse. So we've got to take all this weight off here. Yeah, a lot of work to be done around here, folks. Now, hopefully I'm not screwing up my other Olympic workout by putting 4 or 5 plates, excuse me, 3 or 4 plates on each side of it and just leaving it sit there. I should have did in my Christmas video, happy holiday greeting. I should have had 5 45s on her. Hell, we should have had 6. I think I can put 6 together. We have Cap 45 VTX standard. Then we have the shit Chinese one that's smaller. And then we have a 45 bumper. That's 5. That would be what? $495. Then 55 are on there. on each side, that would have been ridiculous. Yeah, that would have really been ridiculous. All right. So, 40s. So this is the technique that I do later, right? And I could have just curled those up. I think up to, now I can hammer curl some big weight, but to get it up to your shoulder level, a little more difficult. And I don't know if I'm going to leave the barbells on. That would be beneficial, obviously. The more weight I take off, the easier this will be to deal with. Now I do have this big ass carpet over here that we could also lay down. Wow, folks, if I did that, then I wouldn't need to buy a rug. All right, I think we're gonna do a serious remodeling of this place. Okay. That's most of the weight off there. Not all of it, though. I don't know. I said I did 40s, right? So 45s. And last week, we tried to do 82.5s, which totally failed. I do have to say, folks, doing a little more controlled, doing more control and with a lighter weight is probably the best thing for you with those. So I gotta move around some shit big time. Move around stuff over here. I was trying to get the wife to use this, is that a bug? Trying to get my wife to use the rug down here up in the cafe area, or whatever you want to call it. Breakfast area. And she didn't want to. So it's staying down here, which means I need to find a new home for it. Now, of course, we have all this crap in the way, as you can see. Barbells, dumbbells, everything's in the way. This bench is probably in the way. So, make this off because make it easier to get around it. Okay. And I just got our couple 100 pounds of weights weights left, I think. I don't know how I'm gonna get the rug back down there. This was in a different spot. So you can tell, from the sound, you can tell when it goes from the carpet to the pure concrete. I don't know how many more sets of standing military I'll do. I think we'll get 60s. We might get 70s. And that's enough of that. So I only got three more dumbbells to take off. A whole lot more Olympic weights. So I'm not going to do 80s today, I don't think. I'm not even sure I'm going to try them. You know, if I get the 80s, then I don't know if anybody will say anything positive. If I don't get the 80s, you know, of course you get negative. And I think I posted a video. I couldn't get the 82.5s. These don't help, okay? Like trying to curl with something like these on does not help. Or that movement. They help with pressing exercises. So once I get the weight up there, they're good. I think we'll just take all the weights off. Throw them on the bench. So I just did what, 50? 60s are next. I don't have 55s. I could do 52.5s. I could do 62.5s. All right, folks, here we go. 60, standing 60s. I wonder if one could use their knees while they're standing to get these up, right? Just kidding. All right, here we go. So obviously 65s would be a good spot to go to next if I had 65s. And I can slowly, I think I'll turn the lights off over here. Again. So it's not Christmas, we'll probably do we'll do different colors. I might see me use these for computer gaming too. Or something else. Whew. So, now these things feel tight. Man, we have too much shit to move. I got a barbell on the backside we can get. Maybe. Maybe we can get to it. Folks, I'm low energy now. I wanted to keep this barbell on here to help with figuring out how close to get to the wall. We don't want to get too close to the wall, but the reality is I don't think I'm going to be able to move it very good with the 45 on there. So we've gotten almost all the weight off. I'm going to take this camera off. It's probably not, oh, it's not even recording anymore anyways. If it was even recording. No, it was for a while. Let me see here. Yeah, there we go. So that was, all the footage on the camera from behind was waste. And the only camera I know that's working good is the Samsung. This other one, I'm not sure what it even sees. It's good for the people that want the low shots. Okay, so this stuff I have to move. I didn't put up all my acrylic mirrors. I ought to probably send the small ones back. I'm not really sure that I'm making the most use out of that, but it's at least something I can check my form on if I was able to face it. Actually, I think when I set up the new when I set up the new power rack, we're going to angle the mirror so that I can see what I'm doing. I think that would be best. And if this is going to hit anything on its way down, hopefully not. Okay. So we need to actually pick the old rug up. Well, let me try and do 70s. Tempting to do it without these on, just to ensure I get it up there easier. All right, so we're going to swing a little bit, use some momentum. felt pretty good. Unlike last week, where we tried to do the 80s, could not do it. So we're going to get this rug out of here, and then hopefully put it somewhere else in the basement. And eventually maybe I'll put those cheap rubber squares in spots where the benches are going to be, so the wear is not as bad. Actually, different that way. Okay, so there's that. Now, of course, this rug's in the way. I don't know how heavy these guys are, but this one's not too bad. This is going into bonus time here, folks. Okay. We still got some weight plates in the way. If I cared more, I would sweep the floor first. My 7 years worth of dirt and other crap here. Oops. That was a 35-pound bumper. A couple 10-pound bumpers. I used these for a flip challenge. My own flip challenge. Okay. So, this is almost as bad as moving a freaking house, folks. We got to decide, do we do 80s? I gotta go pee. So we'll be back. This video is gonna be long. I turned the light off accidentally. Okay, we're back. Get a bottle of water too. So, the rug, should probably start off that back wall. Oh, smart. But, not being as smart as I think I am, we are going to start the other direction. And start rolling this way. And correcting. Trying to get it back to the wall. There we go. So eventually we got to lift this up and over. All right, folks. Do I redeem myself with at least with the 80s this week? Or do we fall flat on our face again? I'm going to keep these on. I think my elbows would start popping, or my right elbow would pop. So we'll keep it on. Once I get done with this, the 80s get dropped on the floor, the dumbbell rack gets moved, and we have possibly made new improvements. And I also have the hip thruster thing coming in, which where that camera is probably where it's going to end up at. I don't know how easy it will be to move that, or how light or heavy it's going to be. Now, folks, I used to be able to do 90s, 95s this way, so who knows if I can do this. Okay, that's enough. I do not like the form too much. So 80s are too much. I think feel a little lightheaded after that. I think next time we'll do 72 and a half. Oh, maybe I need to get 75 pounders. I didn't think I needed 75-pound dumbbells, but the reality is jumping from 70 to 80 is too much. 70s felt like good workout weight, but I need a spot in between. That magnetic weights actually could get me, if I bought another set, I could either do 72 and a halves, like I'm doing. I could buy the smaller ones and do 73.75, or I could just buy another set of 2.5s and make 2 75s. That'd be a hell of a lot cheaper than me buying a 75-pound dumbbell. Especially if you guys saw how big a pain in the ass it is to drag those dumbbells down here. All right, so we can finally, I think we'll change up our camera angles again, and then we're going to add some more light because it's a little dark in here. Okay, so this dumbbell rack, minus all the shit on the floor under it, is moving, and these things aren't light. This isn't, what is this, 3 foot? 2 foot's kind of a joke, although a 2 foot 3 pier would probably be perfect for me. The real question though is, I don't know if there's a 2 foot 3 pier. The 4 foot 3 pier would have been perfect. I don't know if there's a size bigger than that. Yeah, I can just fit 2 foot in here. I think we can put the smaller dumbbells on the end. maybe store the barbells somewhere else. And we gotta make sure this stuff's off the wall. There we go. So 2 foot will sit there, and then this guy is gonna slide down. And we have to figure out how far to slide down. I want to be able to leave 7 footers on each one of these. All right. If I can leave the 7 footers on here, then still walk between, comfortably walk between, that would be ideal. And then lift this up. I guess I'll do it from this side. So, yeah, Brooke's not down far enough. Christ. Yeah. Dead spiders everywhere down here. So somehow I need to lift that up and pull the rug down. I'm going to do that though. I'm going to put it against the wall, though I'm very tempted. I don't know if I have the strength, folks, to do this with one arm. With 2 arms, I can do it. Whoa. Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't so smart. And the mirror popped off. Huh, okay. That's not good. So I haven't put that on the wall yet. Dang. This is where you wish you had some help. Now, if I slide that where it's at, it's to the edge of this thing, which is good. Real question is, how much room do I need behind it? And this thing is now an issue for, oh, we're not going to do standing military on this one. Hell, we may never do standing military again. Just kidding. I might not be able to do it on the other bench. I like be able to put the other camera behind the bench, but well, these stupid stoppers are cheap as shit on this thing. Stay on. Okay, there we go. So there's that. Now, yeah, they popped off the front. I wonder where it is. So the bottom has these rubber protective bumper things on them so you don't scratch the shit out of yourself. And I think that'll work. Let's get our bench in here. Doesn't roll so good on that carpet, but maybe that's a good thing. So this is probably the third, fourth time we've moved stuff around in here. I say we. It's been primarily me. Okay, there's that. Now this other side is going to be on that level. Surprise. We'll fix that later, I guess, when we have to. I'll do the probably the unboxing video for the power rack in the other room, and then we'll do whatever in here. We'll assemble it here. So we have 2 foot to the wall, I'd say. Actually, yeah, 18 inches to be exact. From here to there is about 18 inches on me. So I think we'll be okay with another power rack to the left of this. Looks like it'll clear the duct. And I'm going to be sitting using the other one, so it doesn't really matter. I could have got a 6-foot one instead of a 7-footer. Maybe that's going to work. I don't know. All right. So there's that, folks. Oh, I know why I had bumpers up against the mirror, or maybe this 45 was up against it. I was trying to sell these. Hopefully somebody will buy it. I want to buy another cap 45, I think, because at least they're a little more affordable, and I'd like to get matching, have at least a couple matching 45s. Is that, you know, a real necessity? Probably not. Okay, there's that. Now, what else, folks? We have that. Probably another weight behind this. I'll keep that up for the time being. Need to put another sticker on that one mirror. All right, so I think I'm going to leave the rest of the basement over here a slight mess. We won't be doing decline this Saturday. Dumbbells. I don't really want to lift all these up. I probably should pick some of them up though, just to get them out of the way. Now the real question, folks, is do the 80s, should I put the 80s on the middle? I'm thinking 80s on the middle instead of 80s on top. And 80s and 70s in the middle. 50s and 50s and 60s. And if I get 65s, we'll put those on the top rack. And I should check, see how close we are to the wall on the top. Yeah, we're good. Whew. A little bit of workout. So a little rearranging, folks. A little bit of rearranging. Now, who is actually going to watch me do this move video all the way through? Only the very dedicated. You will be surprised though. I'll get a few people that'll watch this all the way through, maybe by accident. But since I need the watch hours, I don't really care how I get them. I'm not gonna sell my soul, but all right. So we got 70s and 80s on this rack. I think we could probably get one smaller set, maybe the 35s in between them. That's where the 4-foot would have been nice. I think I would have easily got another big set. Okay, so I need to find the other 60. I have a dark gray and a light gray 60. I'll put the 50s next to it. I really need to consider, I guess, some other dumbbells. If the price would just come down, I'm amazed how much it still costs to buy dumbbells. So I probably should have did 45, 50, 60 across the top, but now we have all kinds of room on the bottom for the lighter. And you can tell I feel like I'm working hard, folks. Working hard for like and subscribe. Yeah. Hit that subscribe. If anything, because you were impressed, I did the 80s standing. And I promise, for those of you that think I'm going to screw up my shoulder, I won't do the 80s or 82s and a half, possibly ever again. And unless I get ungodly strong at them, then we'll reconsider. But for right now, that is no shit maxed out weight, I think. So we could fit the 30s on here, maybe even the 25s, or we could do 20s and 25s. First, we got the Olympic barbell or dumbbell. All right. So that's pretty good, folks. This is hurting my back a little bit. I will say that. Now, we've got to take the weights that we dropped over there and put them back on the rack. Or should I hold off? Real question is, how close should one be to a wall? If this was like pool, you'd want to be 3 foot, right? Now, safety bars, what are the odds I'm going to dump the weight? If I'm smart, I dump the weight this direction. But honestly, usually you have to drop the weight to one side and then, or you could, if I was on a flat bench, a commercial one, just roll it over my chest and off over my privates, over my quadriceps, and then possibly onto the ground. I don't think I would do that with anything greater than 225. Some of those people that do 315 and they don't look big at all have done that, and I'm just kind of amazed. Uh-oh, we lost a camera. So 1 hour and 2, this one made it. Before it said, oh, I can't take any more of this. Okay, I gotta get on the road soon, folks. Okay. So, I'll take all but that one with me. I think we'll try and go ahead and upload one of these videos earlier. Well, 11% juice left. All right, I'll be back in a second, folks. We're gonna keep working. See if we can break our all-time longest video. Okay, I'm back. So we just checked some stats. We need 2879. We're at 2879 for actual watch hours on long length videos. We're almost 4,000 overall, but that doesn't count. So, what to do next, folks, is the question. I got this nasty crap over here I need to sweep up, so we'll do that. I think we'll put the bumper plates up against the wall. That would be probably the least likely space or problem. Now, I don't want to get within 6 inches of that wall, but I could get within a foot, I think. I'm kind of wondering, will I need it? Now the bar's going to be at different heights over here as well. So I guess we could be even closer, but yet it's going to be difficult to get in between. I'll probably put 2 different pins on the other bench so that it's set up for incline and then military. They would be at different heights, probably. I would think 2 pins difference between them. So that would be outstanding, right? And so like, you know, here. So maybe these could almost, maybe this could be a little closer. I don't know. I just don't want to, you know, me. I don't want to have to screw with moving them around. Now, of course, if we ever finish the drywall, and I thought, hey, why not just finish this back wall here? This is where the majority of the videos are filmed. If this looked nice, then, you know, hey, who cares after that? Is what I'm thinking, folks. If these two walls were to look good in the ceiling in this area, you know, hey, what's it going to matter, right? Nobody else is going to pay attention to the rest of it. All right, I'll put that there. And so we have somewhere in this area is where this guy's going to end up at. Now I guess another thing I could consider doing is staggering the two benches so they're not right on top of each other. Maybe this one a little deeper, maybe that one a little further out, or vice versa. Could keep these pegs in for standing over here. I think though I need to bring them over to the other bench and use them there. Yeah, that's probably, this is not going to be a good spot for standing military right there. All right. So ever so slight improvements. You know, I eventually would like to get the stereo cranking again in here, which of course means we'd have to mute the audio when I'm filming. And so I haven't enjoyed the TV, the audio. The internet on this side of the house kind of sucks. I was on the other side of this wall. I was going to add another router, which might be a problem adding a third one, but if then that would work good, I could at least have a movie playing that's with no volume. Give me something to visually keep my mind going. All right, we're at an hour and 50. I don't know how long this iPad will record for. It's pretty awesome. Or the, not iPad, the Samsung tablet. What else? Oh, we can eventually hang the speaker, get that off the floor. Get this light out of the back corner. Matter of fact, I don't even think I need these lights in here anymore. We've got these lights. There's two of them. You can't only see one from this angle, but that is the lighting I use to light myself up. And they're just kind of another obstacle in the way. I think the barbells, well, we'll have one on a decline, we'll have one here, we'll have one on that one, and I could put one on the floor where I can keep them in the corners. Either way, it's all good. Eventually I'll move the other dumbbell rack next to it, or I'll get a bigger one. You know, making the channel look more professional is kind of important, right? If you don't, and something maybe I haven't learned on my other monetized channels, but if you don't look professional and don't film things professionally or edit whatever, and obviously on this channel we haven't done anywhere near the amount of editing we could. Once I get monetized, I think, we'll put more effort into that, right? We'll make those videos better. Maybe we'll make some thumbnails, whatever. You know, now might have been the time to make the thumbnails better, make the videos better. Sometimes you can tell, obviously, I've done some editing, you know, cutting, you know, taking the portrait style to make YouTube shorts, make sure that they've got less than 59-second clip. maybe zooming in a little bit, maybe adding some text, whatever. All that, you know, I think can help. But you know, the walls in here. Do I want this to look like a basement or, you know, something professional? Obviously, I'd rather have professional. I have goals of growing this channel, and I'm more pumped about this than channels that I have, you know, 2,800 or excuse me, 2,100 or over 8,000. I think we're at 8,400 on the other channel for subscribers. Somewhere in there, I had a channel that had 7,900 subscribers. Yeah, it's kind of nice thinking, you know, this channel, for all it's doing, you know, it has the potential, folks, to be popular. Now, where's that point where it's a moneymaker, really? You know, it's one thing to produce a shit ton of YouTube shorts, and once you're monetized, realize, you know, on a 100 viewed video, you make a penny. On 1,000, you make 10 cents, plus or minus. If it's a video that people actually search for, you'll make more than 10 cents. If it's super hot, you might make more than 10 cents per 1,000 view. On a 10,000 viewed video, you know, you might make $1, you might make 50 cents, you might make $2. I think I have on another channel 26,000 viewed video that made $4.88. That's the best YouTube short I have. Now, years ago, I had a clip. I won't talk about what it was, but it was about 50 seconds long. Before YouTube Shorts, it made me $1,000. Had 1 million views, basically, approximately 1 million. And so that was pretty awesome, making $1,000 off one video. Once that happened, folks, it was like I was hooked, right? Like, oh. So yeah, we just got to keep it going, improve this, continue to buy more stuff. The tech channels are kind of taking a dump because I'm spending so much more time on this channel, or maybe I'm not really spending that much more time. I'm weightlifting just as much as I would have. If we can just stay healthy, there are some positive things to look forward to here for this channel. All right, I got to go do cardio somewhere else. Change my shirt because I don't think I wear this. Or I wouldn't wear this into the normal gym. Even though the fact that women can wear, you know, sports bras, why can't I wear this, you know? All right, we didn't do the pump check. Let's do a pump check. Fuck it. I'm already kind of lost my pump, but shut these lights off. We'll take this over here. I always have to finish with a Sam Sulek inspired pump check. Still love the dude that called me Sam Sulek's dad. Might be an insult to Sam Sulek's dad, but if Sam Sulek's dad was natural, there is the potential that yours truly is probably bigger than Sam Sulek's dad. That fucking looks awesome, folks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to lean up. Check back after I lose 10 pounds and just see how much more fucking definition we're gonna get. It's gonna be outrageous. I can't lock this arm all the way out, so we can't get a good side tricep. But in the lighting on this side, I have to move over to the other side. Sucks for that. But the fact is, this shoulder is way more defined. Somebody actually told me, "Oh, your arm looks weird." Like, I was like, "Fuck you, arm looks weird." That shit looks good. That's what I want to say. All right, 2 hour. We're at 2 hours, folks. We're done. Thanks for checking out my video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.